What is going on, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, I'm up to some shenanigans. I've been trying to figure out more games about games that we can play here on the channel. I was watching Wrestle Juice from the Steve from the Steven Larson Wrestling Podcast, and I saw on his, solo channel, he was playing Jeopardy, wrestling Jeopardy. So I typed that in on the internet. I was like, dude, is video game Jeopardy? Does anything come up? And there is a video game Jeopardy thing. So I went in and was messing around with that. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, let's do that. So I came in here and set it all up and went to play it. And I was like, oh, all of these questions are the same questions that I got previously when I was messing around with it trying to test it out. So I don't think that they like refresh the questions. And then so I was like, okay, well, what is something else we could attempt here? And then I was like, well, blind ranking. That's something that I see a lot of other wrestling content creators doing, where they're like blind ranking wrestlers, blind ranking matches. And I love watching shit like Stash Club Wrestling does a lot of that, and I love stuff like that. So I was like, I wonder if they have that for video games. And sure enough, they do at the blindrank.net. So I went over here and I've been messing around with it. And so what we got 10 games that we're going to be going through and ranking. And the whole idea is you have to rank one game, put it in its place. So if Gran Turismo is the first game up here, say I drop it at like a 7. Well, it can no longer move from 7. So if there's something I like, when we get to the final pick, if there's something I like more than Gran Turismo, unless that slot is open for me to rank it higher, I can't rank it any higher. Or you get you get the whole damn point. You can't change your rankings once you have submitted your ranking. You can't change it. The whole purpose is it's all blind. You don't know what the next pick is going to be, and then once you lock in your first pick, you can't change the order of the picks. I'm explaining something that is very, very simple and you'll understand in like 2 seconds. No real need for the explanation. What I noticed here while I was messing around is this popular choice icon. If you toggle it on, oh, I got to add. Can I exit out of the ad? All right. If you turn popular choices on, you only get like very, very mainstream games. And then if you turn it off, you get everything. So like, which The Witcher is pretty popular, pretty mainstream. But it was like when I was going through it, it was very like Fortnite. Every time you're getting Fortnite, you're getting Call of Duty, you're getting Rocket League. And so yeah, we'll go popular choices off, which I don't know. Maybe that I don't know if some of those popular games will also bleed into this, but we shall see. Let's get into it. 10 games, blind ranking. Here we go. The Witcher. So the franchise as a whole, I can't speak to too heavily. The Witcher 3 was my first jump into the Witcherverse, as it was for a lot of people, and I love The Witcher 3. I think it is one of the greatest video games of all time. But this, it's like it says The Witcher. So I'm assuming that means the franchise, The Witcher. And so for that, I'm going to have to drop it into number 3 for The Witcher 3. Resident Evil. Oh boy. This is my favorite video game franchise of all time. Um, it would be very hard for me not to put this at number 1. So yeah, I don't, is it my favorite video game franchise? There's a couple that kind of rival it, and maybe we'll get to that when we get to it, but it would, unless one of those other two franchises pop up, and I just can't bank on those other two franchises popping up, so I got to go Resident Evil at number 1 here. Um, FIFA, we'll drop that at 10. I have some respect for FIFA, so do I drop it at 10? Because what if we get a franchise listed on here that I don't have any respect for whatsoever? But I don't have respect for the recent FIFA games, the kind of copy and paste, and then with the new, what is it they call it, like Football Club or whatever, we're gonna drop it at 10. GTA. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen when I was talking about my other favorite video game franchise. Oh God. I don't know. Do I like Resident Evil more than Grand Theft Auto? And I can't change it, so it is what it is. It's gonna have to go in at number 2. But just kind of shooting the shit here, talking. I don't know. Resident Evil 2 and 4 I think rank over any Grand Theft. I don't know about that. San Andreas might rank higher than RE4 in my all-time list, but I don't think any other Grand Theft Auto ranks. Definitely, no other Grand Theft Auto ranks higher than RE2 and RE4, other than San Andreas. But yeah, I mean, it's easily got to go in at number two. Cyberpunk 2077. So it's interesting. This is the first non-franchise. So we do have like individual games as well, which wasn't really a thing that I saw a lot with the popular choice picks because obviously popular choices are going to lean more franchise centric. Cyberpunk. This is weird, man. Because like we're sitting here just doing gut feeling raw reactions to this and like my gut feeling wants to put it a little bit lower because first impressions are a motherfucker. I love this game so much after it finally became a game I could love. For so long, I wanted to love this game and I just couldn't. Every time I would go back to it, it was totally fucking busted. Um, that launch version was unacceptable, and you only get one chance to make a first impression. And man, but Phantom Liberty is so good, and the additions that were made to Phantom Liberty, and essentially getting to play as Wolverine and jump, climb on top of your motorcycle as it's driving and jump off that bitch and claw someone to death and do the damn deflections with your swords and shit, deflecting bullets back at enemies. There's some fun shit when they finally rolled out 2.0 for Cyberpunk. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go five. I'm gonna go five. Crash Bandicoot. Oh my god, man. I gotta go Crash above Cyberpunk. Crash Bash is one of my favorite games of all time. I know that's not like the popular Crash Bandicoot pick, but Crash Bash, I have so many great memories with that. Just such a joyous party game experience, and I think it still holds up really damn well. Um, yeah, Crash, I'm gonna have to go for. And I mean, obviously, I love the original trilogy. I love CTR. Crash is fucking classic. Gotta go for. Dota, gonna go nine. Battlefield. Okay, so here we go. We're getting into some of that territory. We're gonna go eight. Assassin's Creed. So we pretty much, yeah. So we're just down to six and seven. So I'm gonna go optimistic and hope we get something a little bit that I like a little bit more than Assassin's Creed. I love Odyssey, and that's kind of where my love for this franchise begins and ends. I've tried a lot of the other Assassin's Creed games, especially recently. I've been trying to go back, and I like 2 a good bit. I like Black Flag a good bit. I'm waiting for the remake to jump back into Black Flag. I was really liking that one a lot though. But I didn't love Origins. I didn't love Valhalla. I didn't love Shadows. This just isn't my franchise. It just when people talk about bloated open worlds, for the recent the recent Assassin's Creed games are, and I know Odyssey falls into that line as well, but I like Odyssey's world more than the others. I don't even know how to really justify my criticisms for that franchise. Gonna go with seven. Age of Empires, shit. Yeah, I wish I could have went Assassin's Creed at six, Age of Empires at seven. But regardless, okay, that's a good run. Maybe let's let's run this thing back. And what do we have here? We have replace. What is exclude, replace, swap? I probably should have fucked around with some of this stuff before coming on here, but we'll let's see. Excluded items are lost when you return to the home page. Okay, so let's exclude all of them. And let's go with a totally fresh or uh if you exclude all let's save the top 5 and let's exclude the bottom 10, 6 through 10. See what happens. Back at the home page, I guess, and now we just hit refresh and those should be excluded, I'm guessing. Madden. Ooh, I have a lot of history with Madden, and I like the helmet choice, the Falcons, because that really takes me back to Prime Madden 2004. Mike Vick scrambling all over the damn field. I love Madden. Madden really '03 through like 2008. I loved those games so fucking much. I do not like modern Madden at all. I'm gonna go whenever I loved when they introduced the long shot. If y'all remember that, where you could be the quarterback in the career mode and the not even career mode, more story mode. I really liked that. Um, let's go five for Madden. That seems like a good five. Roblox, stick it at 10. Tetris. Tetris is interesting because I appreciate Tetris more than I like it. I liked Tetris when I was younger, but even with like Tetris Effect and people praising that nonstop, it's just not something I have like a real yearning for as I've gotten older. Not to say like you can't enjoy Tetris as an adult. I'm definitely not saying that at all. It's just like I don't. This is not a type of game I have any real interest in playing often at all, which is weird because I love podcast gaming so much. So I don't know. I have so much appreciation for Tetris that I'm not going to put it towards the bottom, like 8 or 9, but I'm going to drop it at 7. Final Fantasy. So I'm a new Final Fantasy fan. My first Final Fantasy game was remake of 7, and I jumped into it because of its more action-oriented combat, and I really loved remake. I didn't love Rebirth as much as remake, but I fucking adored Final Fantasy 16. I loved how dark and weird, and I really vibed with that game a lot. Um, I'm gonna go 6 for Final Fantasy. I wouldn't put it above Madden just because I have so many more years and so much more love for such a longer period of time with Madden. So you're talking about really from what was uh what was Madden with Dante Culpepper on the cover? I remember playing that one as well, if I'm not losing my fucking mind. Um, but yeah, I would say even a little bit further back than '03. So from let's say maybe '01, '02 ish to 2008. So yeah, we'll put Final Fantasy below Madden. Star Wars. So just Star Wars video games? Or I mean, yeah, it's video game ranking. I don't really know how I feel about this one. I would feel better if you said Battlefield or you said Battlefront or you said the Jedi series or you said Knights of the Old Republic or because Star Wars in its totality has a lot of stinkers and a lot of like all-time classics, so I don't really know how to place this per se. But I love the Jedi series so much, and even talking Outcast, Jedi Academy, and then obviously with Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, incredible video games. KOTOR, incredible. Battlefront, you know, 1 and 2 or the original for the PS2 are classics. You go into episode 1 Racer, you like there's so many the what is Shadows of the Empire, like there's so many great Star Wars games out there that it's like I gotta rank this pretty high if we're just going overall. Then you have like your Demolitions, and you have Star Wars games that suck for sure. The reboot, the Battlefield 1 or the Battlefront 1, the reboot. um Interesting. I'm gonna go 4, I guess. That's really a tough one. Street Fighter. I hadn't played Street Fighter in years and years before I jumped into the newest one, Street Fighter 6. I enjoyed it a good deal, but I would probably put it above Tetris if I could at 7 and drop Tetris to 8. But obviously, we can't change the ranking. That's the whole fun of this. So we're gonna put Street Fighter at 8. The Last of Us. So with the run we're on right now, the games we've been getting, I want to put this at number 1 just to be safe and have a number 1 that I actually like. Um, but there are a couple franchises that I like a lot more than The Last of Us because I love The Last of Us 1. I think it's one of probably the 5 greatest games ever made. But The Last of Us 2 is in terms of games ever made and in terms of gameplay, it's one of the strongest video games ever created in terms of moment to moment gameplay. The gameplay is top tier. The story is average to okay. In my opinion, I'm gonna go, but you can't take away what Tlu won. Tlu one was unbelievable. So let's lock in at two. Let's lock in at two for The Last of Us. Back to The Witcher. Okay. I think I would rank The Last of Us 1 lower than The Witcher 3, but I don't have that past history with The Witcher 1 and 2. So we're going to put The Witcher at 3 again. If I'm not mistaken, last time it was ranked at 3 as well. Assassin's Creed. Wait, I thought I eliminated Assassin's Creed. I thought I said replace Assassin's Creed. Or did it? Was it like number 5? No, I think it was. I think it was in the ones we chose to exclude. I mean, it is what it is. They're doing the best they can. Um, I'm not gonna go number 1. So it's either number 1 or number 9 are the only placements I have left for Assassin's Creed, and I think you got to go number 9, right? Let's go number 9. That's why I should have put The Last of Us at number 1 or The Witcher at number 1. I should have just that's what I should have as soon as I saw two back-to-back heavy hitters like that I love, I should have just said, "Okay, there's not a chance I'm going to get lucky and get two back-to-back games or franchises that I love." So let's go ahead, and even though I don't love the Witcher franchise because I haven't gone back yet, I should have just said, "Okay, there's no chance I'm getting something better than this. Let's just put it at 1." Um okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's let's go exclude again. We'll run one more. And let's exclude let's be selective here. Let's take Valorant out. Let's take Star Wars out just because it's weird. Let's take Tetris out. Let's take Street Fighter out. Assassin's Creed, Roblox. Let's take those out. Let's try to make this as difficult as possible. So let's exclude those and refresh it. Need for Speed. This okay. Yeah, it's sitting at 7 right here is where it lined up at, and I think that's kind of perfect. Need for Speed, I loved back in the day, Underground and Hot Pursuit, and I even with Unbound, Need for Speed Unbound that came out their last game. I enjoyed the probably 5-10 hours or so I played of that. Um, but I 7 sounds. Let's be safe and go 6, but 7 sounds about right for Need for Speed. The Witcher once again. Maybe the next time I do it, I'll take anytime we get one, we'll remove it immediately. We'll see. The Witcher. Let's immediately lock in a two seed just to have a game that I really love up there. Street Fighter. I would definitely put it below Need for Speed. So let's go 7 for Street Fighter. Among Us, I don't care about at all, but I once again have some deal of respect for it, just because I can really appreciate when when something starts small and becomes so much bigger. I think that's really fucking cool. So we'll go 9. Tetris, I'll go above Among Us at 8. League of Legends, I'll go 10. Mortal Kombat, I love Mortal Kombat. Yeah, 5. I'd go 5. I have a lot of love for the history of Mortal Kombat, even though I'm a little bit of a lapsed fan. Command and Conquer Red Alert. Oh man, yeah, we'll go 4. Gran Turismo. I played a lot of Gran Turismo back in the day. PS1, PS2. Once again, very much a lapsed fan. I don't really have much interest in the sim racing space. So we'll go 3. And what do we get at number? The Sims. Okay. Well, cool. I'll take a second to talk. And what we'll do is we'll do one more and remove everything just to see how we roll. I love The Sims, man. The first Sims game in specific, I have so much love for, and I don't ever really talk about it. But man, I loved that first Sims game. The cheat codes, and then when it came to the PS2, I played this shit out of that. So yeah, a lot of appreciation for that first Sims game, and it's kind of a bummer that they're so locked in on what is it, The Sims 4 now. I'd like to see just what they could do with a total reboot of that franchise. Let's go to exclude and let's take all of these, throw them in the bin, and see what new lineup we get with a new 10. Fresh Super Mario. Not a Nintendo guy. Not really a Nintendo guy. I have some love for some old school Mario back on the NES, but once again, more of an appreciator than an active fan. So we'll go 7. Fortnite. I feel like we already had that one. I feel like I already dropped it, but let's go. We'll go 9. Uncharted. There we are. So when I was talking earlier about that top spot and the 3 franchises, I was talking about Resident Evil, I was talking about Grand Theft Auto, and I was talking about Uncharted. Those are probably my 3 favorite video game franchises of all time, and I think if we're talking game by game quality, like I don't know if you get a better lineup of games than Uncharted. They're all just so fucking good, and they kind of just keep getting better and better and better. And you have your detractors for 3, people who don't love 3 as much as 2, and but it's hard to argue. Like all of those games are just so good. I'm locking in 1 without a doubt. Football Manager, shout out to my homie Loon. We'll put that at 8 for Loon. Roblox, I thought I already eliminated the shit. We're going 10. FIFA, thought I already eliminated that too. We're going 6. Madden, I did no, that wasn't the last one, so that's on me. I don't think I did eliminate that one. Madden will go just with the way this list is going. Let's go 3 just to have a safe pick on the board. Uh, yeah, PS. We'll go 5. Overwatch will go 4. Yeah, this is a bad list to end on. God of War will, yeah, this is absolutely would be 1 and 2 for me. Wish we could like pick single player only or kind of filter it a little bit. Or sports and single player. I'm just not the biggest like shooter multiplayer guy but once again, that's kind of the joy of doing all of this is the randomization. Am I having a fucking stroke? The randomization element of it. Is that how you say it? Randomization? Fuck knows what I'm saying. God of War. Yeah, this would definitely be number 2 on the list, though. I'd put it above Madden, and everything else on here kind of actually did fall into somewhat of an order of how I would rank it just based on appreciation. I don't know. I'd actually put Mario probably number 4 under Madden, but yeah, 1 Uncharted, 2 God of War. That's definitely the order I would go. I love the original trilogy of God of War. 2018's God of War I like a lot. Ragnarok I think is a really good game, but I didn't vibe with the puzzle solving in Ragnarok. I was just like, man, this is a lot. You're throwing a lot of these at me, and just I don't know. It felt a little bit too much, like too open. I liked the more uh, somewhat restrictive nature of 2018's, or at least it felt that way. It felt a little bit more cohesive, a little bit more restrained. This could be nostalgia glasses because I haven't played 2018's God of War since it came out, but I liked 2018 more than Ragnarok. But they're all excellent video games. So yeah, blind ranking of video games. I hope y'all enjoyed this exercise, and let me know if you did, and we will play more blind ranking games about games here on the channel, trying to do some new shit, roll out some new shit. And I think with that Jeopardy thing, by the way, I think I can actually go in and create questions in Jeopardy. So I could like create questions for Loon and then have him answer them, and then he could create questions for me and have me answer them. And so I think there might be some fun ways of doing that Jeopardy where it's not just getting the same questions over and over and over again. So I'll look into trying to create some new shit with that. And I also have one other idea that I won't tease here just because I don't want to fuck it up and not be able to air it. But I do have another idea that I'm thinking up that would be another cool game about games. So make sure to stay tuned for anything that says a game about games. There's a lot of fun shit in those. So more so than just talking about news, talking about whatever. There's actually a lot of just trying different shit out there. So any of these that you like, make sure to like them, comment on them, share them, or whatever. That way we kind of know what to stick with and what to leave behind. So we're really relying on y'all's feedback to know what to pursue further. So yeah, greatly appreciate you guys, and we will see you in the next episode. Hold up. Wait.